nikaanza kuelewa what Kenyans like sonically.
I love this.
Because you can stay playing this acoustic stuff of yours, or you can integrate it into what people like and make pop music that is also very musical. So
this was a turning point in your music career.
Completely, man. Like after Safaricom Live changed me completely, how I think, how I view the masses. You know me uome raise you tu ronga. Umeenda kampo mimi niko na shiro isa hiyo time. So nadhani najua watu, lakini kuna mashina nyingine yenye sijui. Mnaenda kufanya road shows jui Chuka Town. Mimi jienda Chuka Town.
Chuka Town ni wapi hata?
Chuka niko Meru huko. Unachiki sasa yani nikaanza kupiga hizo mashow, nikaanza kuenda hizo ma places, nikaanza kuona punya sawa na interact. Tukaandika nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with that. Tukaanza tukaandika first of all what we did first of all. We just left after Safaricom Live. Tulitoka Safaricom Live tukaenda straight kwa RK. Tukaambia RK tutengeneze hits. RK akasema
welcome
kujeni. RK tukarecord Gentleman na P Unit.
Okay, let me ask a question.
Sauti Sol ikakuwa real pop.
Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini. I got you baby. Cause I got you. Shorty what you drinking. I got you. I got you. I got you. Utapewa nini. I got you baby. Cause I got you. Shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. I got you baby. I got you. Utapewa nini.
Okay, we're going to get into this era because this is even where that a new album comes in. At this time, the song where Patricia Kihoro is in the video, you umetoa.
Tumeshaitoa. I mean, history sign and in many during this time, yani by the time tumefika Safaricom Live tumetoa Soma, tumetoa album mbili.
Oh fuck, okay, no, Bien, you can't rush bana. This thing hapa si kukimbia.
Oh, okay.
It's too, you see those small things that you are running over are life changing and impactful. Okay. Because first and foremost, I have to commend your consistency in releasing videos. You are always on my face. That's even why you see I'm thinking Patricia Kihoro kwa video. Hata Soma nilikuwa na
Soma. That was now after Mwanzo. Next album was called...
What songs do you release off Mwanzo?
I think Blue Uniform and Lazizi.
That's it?
Yeah.
What?
Mwanzo, the album in general just did well. You know that album you can sing it somewhere and someone sings for you all the lyrics.
Hit me with one off Mwanzo. Then we close this chapter. Sorry guys.
A song?
But yes. Which
one, man?
You don't perform them?
I do.
Okay, sir. Okay. Next.
Pambazuka mka wera ni moja muziki aningoja na leo nina kalamu karatasi nielimishe nirekebishe maisha. Wera nielimishe nirekebishe maisha. Yani like inaongea about wera, yani mziki ni kazi tu, ndaipiga paka nielimisha nirekebishe maisha yangu.
Okay. Second album, is it still also under Wawesh? Second album was also under Wawesh?
Yes.
Okay, tuingie.
Second album was in the European time. By the way, kusema tu kweli, when we went to Europe that other time with Wawesh, we recorded. That's why we recorded Soul Filosofia in Sweden.
Yep. Unaona bro, slowly hakuna haraka hapa, because I'm sure even the mastering was different on that. It's insane.
Yeah, it's not a big difference, but it's definitely a better master. A lot of it was recorded live as well, like in a live studio, in a studio called Svenska Gramophone Studio in Sweden.
Sasa wewe unacheza gitaa ama bado?
Nachezanga gitaa tu all this time, ucheza gitaa. Mimi gitaa yangu by the way sijakwambia story ya gitaa yangu.
Tuingie turudi.
So wacha tumalizie.
Okay, sir.
So we recorded Soul Filosofia, but you know, like by the time we were doing our first album, we had enough content for 2 albums.
Oh yeah,
so
you tell me about
our second album, we didn't even have to wait, or we didn't have a writing camp. Tuliingia tu studio kama tumerecord album ya pili yani. 2 weeks, boom.
So that time in the park, kumbe ulikuwa nafanya getting your material for these albums.
Yeah.
Penzi leo naenda safari nani ya mbali, ukiwaza kunimisi madam, tabasam kidogo. And every stage and every song I play, every fan that will scream my name, I will always be with you in my heart, I will miss you forever. My days are long, my nights so cold, I miss your touch, I miss your love, I'm coming home.
Imagine.
That's insane,
We're
man.
preparing
It
for
wasn't
that
wasted.
season. There was no wasted season.
I love it.
And
So you record the second album in Sweden.
yeah, we recorded the second album in Sweden, and it just did as well as the first album, man.
What are the big hits of this?
Winja
Winja was huge.
wangu, Soma
Yeah.
Kijana, mpenzi leo naenda safari,
Yeah.
safari nani ya mbali. Maze, so Filosofia ilikuwa na masongs gani? Utanikumbuka Sofia, and it's just some songs, yani, like when I listen to them now,
Yep.
I'm like,
But I
they could have been recorded
those were
better.
good song. Awinja, like for example, and
yeah,
I can
there's
feel the similarities in that in the first album.
Yeah,
so
there's-
in fact, this second album is what got you now onto the Safaricom Live. Because now we can talk about the third album, because Apple, I can feel the major difference.
Yeah. So second album happened.
And this is still under Penya.
Yeah, under Penya. And then we went Safaricom Live. Penya shut down because Ninki needed to go back to Holland. Nini. Penya didn't work out because there was just nobody to chase that whole label dream-wise.
Yeah. And
I
Ninka
really
was
wish-
very pivotal on that.
Yeah,
Wawesh was the
Ninka's
studio
presence
guy.
in Kenya was pivotal on that. Also, it was a funded label that was funded by Dutch donor aid, you know, and
Hey bro, that must have been painful. How did you guys feel? Did you feel like your career is gone?
after Penya left,
In fact, no. Let's talk about money.
money.
Was there money coming to you now that you guys are tunakuona?
Kutoka hiyo time tulimba tu Lazizi wangu we. Kutoka hiyo time niliambia tu madhangu, nilikuwa naingia kampo, nikamwambia ina jo tume school fees ndalipa tu. Si tumeimba kwa matanga, kwa harusi, nilikuwa naishi Roisa, rent yangu ilikuwa 5k.
Yeah.
Unaona, school fees yangu ilikuwa 30k per month, nilikuwa nalipa in
So
installments.
ulienda uni?
So mimi nilikuwa USIU hiyo time, mimi nimemaliza uni mpaka nimegraduate, kana naimba Sauti Sol. Mimi nimeimba Sauti Sol yangu yote.
And you
hizo
paid your own fees.
Mwanzo and Sol Filosofia. I was in class, sitting in class with people, lecturers knew me. I finished like uni, and then I paid my own. Everybody in Sauti Sol paid their fees in uni.
And at this time, do you have a manager who's doing the business side of things?
We've delegated duties. Savara does the finance. Shimano does the styling and what. Yeah, and we just
say this is so pivotal. So I was in a group.
And then we've always had a manager, so to speak. Us guys have never not had a team around us. Informally, formally, like one thing that I really think we did well was always have a team. I really hope my team
give a shout out to your team. Anyone who can remember.
Say, like everybody who was with us at that time. I'm so grateful because it was a labor of love.
So okay, let me ask some practical questions. Unapata show. So for example, the Safaricom deal. Nani ana sign?
A Safaricom deal?
Yeah.
Sisi tu.
So you guys go as Sauti Sol.
Kwanza hiyo time Safaricom live hatukuwa na management kabisa.
And at this time
tulikuwa tu tuko free and chicken.
So let me
Hata ku negotiate decide na negotiate your time.
So before Safaricom live, Penya was not doing anything business wise for you?
They were. Before Safaricom live, they were doing business stuff. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like when we did the first album and the second album,
it was them.
Our shows and all those things, it was them. I still have the same team that I had in Penya now.
No way.
Yeah, I've never changed my accountant. The guy who was signing my checks when I was a Greenfield artist in Penya, the first check I ever got in my life.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's signing my checks now.
But you guys were so sharp until you even had an accountant. You weren't.
Penya had an accountant.
Okay.
But when Penya left, we just continued with the accountant.
Penya taught you the business systems.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, kind of.
But there's other things that we've done in our lives also that have given us the business acumen and systems. But yes, we did learn a lot from Penya, like in terms of administration and the value of things. You know, when you're an artist and you're signed, and you just spend without understanding the value of even where the person who's spending on you is coming from, it's wrong. So,
because the reason why I'm asking these questions, I'm trying to think of the hustling artist. For example, the duplication of your CDs, because those CD qualities were insane. The inlay.
That was done by Penya.
You get, and that costs money. So I was trying to find out how did that happen.
That was done by Penya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they came shrink wrapped. I remember
they were really nice.
Okay. So you do the second album. Now Penya leaves. Are you guys scared?
No. We're like, Penya imeishia, sawa, tufanyaje? You know, Sauti Sol, we always lived together. After uni, now we all moved together to the same house in Buru. So we lived together, we hustled together. From Buru is when we left to go to record in Arcade studio.
And at this time, have you opened up your own account as Sauti Sol?
Yeah, we have an account. In fact, how we started like paying ourselves was any money we got, we made Sauti Sol the 5th member. So like anytime we distribute cash, if it's 100K, it's 20 for the 4 of us, and then Sauti Sol gets 20.
I like that.
And that's the saving culture we've had until today. In fact, now the more we made, we saved even more than we were distributing. Because at some point now, we stopped distributing cash in according to tumepata ido yote atugawanye yote hivyo kama nyama hapana.
Ibikema salary.
Tuko salary. Mimi ni employee wa Sauti Sol Entertainment. Nalipa mshahara mwisho wa mwezi.
I love it, man. So okay, but the reason I was dwelling on that, your business advice, I don't just want guys to think they'll fall into Sauti Sol's position just like that in your journey. So now let's talk about this arcade transition of sound.
Transition of sound, yani, came when we felt like our songs, and also when we started going out, we were like, hey, our music isn't being played in clubs. It started to matter to us that we were in clubs because it was affecting our revenue. And you know, when there's 4 of us, we need to make a lot of money. So we did a Gentleman with P-Unit. P-Unit at the time, I want to give a shout out to them. Were so graceful. Those are like our big bros.
Yep. P-Unit walikuwa huge. They were so huge.
Niulize, tulikuwa tunatour nao. P-Unit walikuwa huge. Na wao walituonyesha tu yani lifestyle, kung'ara kisanii, ng'ara kisanii. Nini unajua me even by the yani up until that time, you know, up until I was 24 I didn't know how to drive because we used to have one car with Sauti Sol and me I just sit in the back.
So you bought a car Sauti Sol?
So we had a Sauti Sol car. It's still there to date. Lakini hiyo gari ya Sauti Sol sasa ikafika time kila mtu akona mchoro zake na nitakwenda na ndai mahali. Alafu naangalia ba group zingine zenye ziko Safaricom live hiyo time before si tuingie Safaricom live. Kina emoji mazee walikuwa na magari wote. Niko like we so iko na hizo doza kuona magari sisi wote. Unajua
Juliani alikuwa
Benzo
na Bima
mazee. So hiyo time Sauti Sol yani tuka move in, tukaanza kuishi pamoja, tuka hustle pamoja as a pack. I think we've always hunted like a pack and we eat like a pack. That's something that's very been important, has always been important to us. Like above the music, us guys are very good friends. By very good friends, I can't stay 2 days without seeing Polycarp or Chimano. And it's not a rehearsal or something. We are brothers.
Yep.
We went to RK so that we could develop a sound that was very radio friendly. So we did Money Lover.
Yeah. Do you love me, baby? Do you love me?
Do you love me, baby? Do you love my money? Sauti Sol. Kuna watu waina nyingi duniani, kuna watu fani, na kabla sijatamba kwenye fani, sikuishi na amani. Nilikesha na maombi, nikiomba Mungu anipe nafasi, nikaanza kuimba, mabinti wanisaka, kuna kule wanichangamkia, heri ulie kwenye Range Rover ama ucheke kwenye boda boda, ukose usingizi runda, masaibu yanakufuata.
So first of all, so what happened? No, because let's first start with Gentleman, because that was a change.
Hey.
So now you release that. How does the audience receive you?
Tukaingia kwa bar sasa mazee.
You got a new audience.
Ilikuwa inachezwa kwa club kama mara 10 kani ndani. So kitambo nilikuwa nataka ngoma zangu zicheze kwa radio. Sasa ngoma zangu zicheza kwa club kani ndani ya club. Niko na sasa ndo colonial. Ndo colonize sasa vizuri yani na wa colonize. And then we did Money Lava.
Did you lose fans? Did fans be like, we don't like this?
In every step, we've lost fans and gained new ones.
Yeah.
Even when we did our second album, there's still people who are talking about how these guys have now sold out. Like, because as an artist, your first album is like a heroin high. Not that I've ever used heroin, but a heroin high is to mean that it's so good the first time you take it and you chase that high for the rest of your life. So with everything you do, your fan is always going to try and box you to be on that high that you gave them the first time they had Lazizi wangu we, without understanding that there's things that they were going through in their lives that made them appreciate the music a lot more.
Beyond just the melody, the lyrics as well.
Exactly, and so you should also allow your artists to grow and experiment and be with them on that journey as they try to find themselves. And artists need to understand also their fans, so that you don't grow too fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, say you jatoa hiyo EP. EP will come before.
EP will come after.
Okay. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so you guys now as a group mnaenda kwa RK.
Tumeenda kwa RK. Kwa RK of course we lose fans after like Sauti Sol imekosa commercial yani ndio. Na I would say kwenda kwa RK at that time sikuwa nimeenda hapo because nilikuwa natafuta sonic improvement. Nilikuwa nataka tu hits, unajua, because I knew what hits could do. And then after RK also we did some stuff with the Ulopa.
What did you do with Ulopa?
Bado weni yule
yeah.
Bado nakufeel baby vile
Tulipokuwa Brimo ulisema umeninoki nikakuseti kwa Odijo tukaingia seko adolezi kanipanda nikakubusu kwenye basta tukaingia kampo ukasema nakupenda ukasema unasoma bado nakuona daily looking fly nakufeel even more. I wonder what I'm gonna do if you ever walk out the door. Bado wani yule bado nakufeel baby vile bado wani yule bado nakufeel baby vile ukiwa mahali nakonda sana nikikuona ninapagawa bado wani yule bado nakufeel baby vile
But all this became now on one album as well.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up putting that on the Live and Die in Africa album because they were just singles. We did singles during that time. We were trying to find our footing on the pop side of things.
Yule is on the Live and Die album.
Yeah, it is.
The one which was released on Safaricom, free download, which was radical at the time. Super
radical. But so we also did an experimental EP with Spook Matambo.
Okay, tell us a little bit about this. So as Sauti Sol now began, in fact, let me slow you down a bit. At this time, has Sauti Sol began breaking because now you're entering Kenya, but are you also entering Africa? I mean, East Africa?
Yeah, nowhere near entering Africa, East
and what about,
Africa.
No, for real?
No. We didn't even have a song that was played in any other country. So I feel, we did the experimental EP with Spook Matambo because when we went to Europe, we understood what those guys listen to. Those sonics are very grunge. And so we thought, hey, why not just experiment with this guy? Spook Matambo, but there has a sick following for what he does. So the project may not have been successful to Kenyans, but for what it did, it did what it did. And I also don't listen to it much. Yeah.
Emotion, look into my eyes, explosion. Baby, your expression, come suck my kiss and take my breath away. Yeah. Sophisticated mommy, come give me some honey. Yeah, hey sister, biggie mama, come over, let's get jiggy, yeah. I need your love. I'm your disco lover. I'm your disco lover. I'm your disco lover. I'm your disco lover. I'm your disco lover.
But it probably introduced you to a new audience.
Completely, man. You know, like it's, but not really. Also, we didn't push it.
So
much.
did it teach you what not to do then?
It taught me what to do. Experiment, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, do it. Experiment on everything. Make a song with a spoon. Make a song with anything. Like try. That's the only way you find yourself. Otherwise, if you don't try, you don't get. Yeah.
So you gonna Marek?
Tulimit Marek time tukifanya Still the One. Tukiwa bado tuko indie. And we were
Independent,
indie independent. And then we bumped into Marek when we were doing Still the One. Actually, the video for Still the One. Still the One was also like a very big turning point for us.
Yep.
Because it just became a very big hit, and I think at that time we had managed to fuse our soul with now pop.
Yep.
And the writing also became a very huge element there.
Can you take us through your writing process? Then we continue this Marek story.
Oh yeah, man. I don't have a writing process. I write all the time from everything that's happening around me. You know, people want to give it process. So when I'm sitting down with guys, we can have music there, we can write. But you know, writing is inspiration that comes from everywhere. So like everything around me inspires me to say something about it on song. I wrote Still the One when I was coming from Roisa. I was going for rehearsal in town, and I was listening to Sexual Healing playing in the mat. And it was the and I was like, hey, man, so this all needs to have a song that just has this groove, you know. And I just primo, and then I go to rehearsal, and at that time I was playing bass, so I played the bass line for Kina Delvo, and Delvo was on drums. Delvo and we just grooved it, and 2 rehearsals later it was done. We went to Yulopa's studio, recorded it at Yulopa's studio, and yeah, we put
became
it out,
the
man.
monster that was loved.
Yeah, it was loved, man.
That one was loved.
Like it just really like put us in people's hearts. And we met Marek at that time. I think that was around 2014.
So what happens? Marek is like, yo guys, you guys need a serious
Marek Marek is like, yo, I want to take you guys to Czech Republic. I'm like, for what? He's like, there's a couple of festivals that are happening there, and I just think you guys would fit it. And so our management, Ninke was in Europe at the time. Ninke had also organized for us to do a couple of festivals in Europe. These are world music festivals.
Yep.
And Ninke then links up with Marek to add Czech Republic to that circuit that we're going for.
Okay.
So Marek takes us to Czech Republic, and we have a bomb time. You know, Czech Republic, I just feel like they don't see enough black people there. So they were going nuts. We were playing music, girls are screaming, tearing off their clothes. It was mad.
And at this time, are you going with a band?
We were like a sizable band.
No, but are you? So you are the part of the band.
Yeah.
I'm at this time.
I'm playing guitar. They're always playing drums.
Drew is on bass.
Drew is on bass. Yeah, Drew is on bass. Polycarp is on guitars. Like Chimano's playing sax.
Chimano's playing sax.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we are moving.
You guys are moving.
Yeah, but our set in Europe was very different from our set in Kenya. Like we had segregated our audiences like that. Now I just think I'd play one set for everybody. You know, but we're trying to be accepted by too many people. Also part of, you know, finding ourselves. Okay,
so now you guys begin this relationship with Marek.
And it's so amazing because now Marek sees the potential when we're in Europe. He's like, wow, these guys actually are really dope. So we come back to Kenya and we start working now from Still the One moving forward. Turning point, actually.
I'm waiting for this song.
Turning point with Still the One is that's where Polycarp and Delvin started developing the need, like Polycarp and Delvo also always wanted to produce. But at that Still the One time is when they even got the cash to buy their own gear, because producers are people who will just put you on their leash, so to speak.
I get what you're saying. You're under their mercy. Song is your master.
Bro, song is your masteriwa. Song is your fanya hii kitu.
And you lose files.
Files kama redo hizo vocals. Delvo na Polycarp wakalan to production. Delvo alikuwa anafundishwa na Musioka na Dili. Polycarp akapik sijui kutoka wapi huko pia bado na Musioka Dili. Delvo na Polycarp walilan production na kutoka hiyo siku ngoma zote za Sauti Sol ilikuwa Delvo na Polycarp waliproduce.
But there's one.
Sasa tuka on the entire value chain because unajua before hiyo tuko na own value chain yetu. Na hiyo kitu important msanii lazima ujue. Kama every artist must know how to produce and be as self-reliant as possible.
So we are saying this latest album that you guys have released, it is internally done by
Midnight Train.
Yes, Midnight Train.
Yeah. From Live and Die in Africa. All of these albums is just Sauti Sol. The only thing we invite other producers, other writers, because music is not, no man is an island. But even mixing and mastering, with Polycarp, the company, Sauti Sol Entertainment, paid for Polycarp to go to France to study mixing and mastering.
And who did he learn under?
He learned under Eddie Kramer, who is the biggest mix engineer in the world. Eddie Kramer mixed Electric Lady Studios. That's this guy. I forget this thing every time I'm talking to you. Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix. Eddie Kramer has mixed Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like any live aesthetic that you're looking for, Polycarp has learned the mixing, mastering, and engineering for that. So Delvo is the best producer, like in terms of just ideation, beats, and pushing your song sonically to where you want it to go. Sabara has that understanding in and out.
Okay, let me...
So me, I'm writing.
I love it.
Polycarp is mixing, mastering, Delvo is producing, and Chimano is doing the styling for everything, making sure we don't look ashy.
And it's so funny, you guys, even, I love what Chimano is doing, because even from an outward perspective, from a brand perspective...
You can tell.
Exactly.
You can tell it's Chimano who's making these guys look good.
Okay, let me I know, for real. Let me rewind you back to a time when you were not producing. To a time when now you guys went and probably this affected your brand or blew up your brand or did something. Nishike.